Yeah. Welcome, people, once again to tonight's broadcast, perhaps to this morning's broadcast. This is Ancient Idu returns, reaching out to you all live and direct. Oh, yeah. Today's topic is Niger Evil Kingdom Extension Africa. It's a continuation of the Evil Kingdom 3. So rather, let me just make it 4. Yeah, so the extension is 4. So I'll quickly change it. Oh, yeah. Because we are going to look at the stupidity of the things called Africans. I wanted to tag them as humans, but then, for conscience sake, let me just call them humans. Because I would have called them something far worse than humans. In fact, far less than humans. Perhaps subhumans should be better. Oh, yes. You see, there is a man called, he said his name is Imam of Peace. And what does this Imam of Peace do? He regularly, it's not that it's an occasional thing, he attacks the negative sides of Islam. Those that are propagating or championing the cause of Islamic dominance globally. And he said to them that what they are doing is wrong. You see? He had to speak against them. And there is another guy somewhere in the country called South Africa. He's doing likewise to the South Africans, to his own people, because he's calling out a spade against them. So, not just the South African guy, there's another one in, I think it should be Uganda or one of those countries. It's just a sparring few, very few, that takes out their time to call out the apostasy for what it actually is all about. You know? So, in tonight's broadcast, we are going to look deep into Africa, because if Nigeria is the most populous black nation on earth, and then that means Nigeria holds a pivotal role in Africa, or in the dimension of the black people's in the black people's, what should I put it there? You all can complete that one. I wanted to say countries or kingdoms, but in the black people's space. Because the stupidity that is coming out from Nigeria and Africa as a whole, by extension, is grandstanding, which is a type of stupidity that humanity has never ever seen. Humanity has never ever seen such stupidity that comes out from the Africans. And, as usual, we are not here to apologize to anyone. We are not here to apologize to anyone. So if you want to feel bad about it, go ahead and feel bad. That's your business. But you can as well make a change if you are fed up of the situation that you find yourself. How be it that Africans are usually the dread of the society, the community, the world at large. Anywhere you find them, they are usually the lowest of the low. Why is it like that? From generation to generation, they just don't want to change. They love being stupid. And they are prideful at stupidity. You see them, I mean, they walk like private jets or maybe like a Boeing aircraft with their hands spread out like that of a Boeing aircraft. You give a black man a little converti, that is comfort, he becomes more arrogant than Lucifer. It's a shame. You know, this stupidity it started from the creation of black people. This stupidity. How can the black race or the black man be the first thing that God created, and till this moment, to this date that we speak, they don't make any sense at all as a group? But aspiring individuals, I mean, as microscopic few of the few, they have excellent people. But when they come together as a compound mass, then you expect compound disaster. The problem of the black man is wickedness. And what is wickedness? Wickedness is witchcraft. What is witchcraft? Altering natural things to unnatural things. Witchcraft is simple. It's when you change something that is meant to be right, you change it to something else, not even better. That's witchcraft. And so far so good, witchcraft has been the oldest religion in existence, because witchcraft is the knowledge of the fallen angels, the demons that were thrusted out, they were cast out. The Bible said that behold, Satan fell like lightning. And when Satan landed into the earth realm, the angels cried out and said, woe unto man, for Lucifer, your adversary, is there to dwell with you. So they brought their religion, they brought their way of thinking, their culture, and gave it to mankind. And that culture, that way of thinking of Lucifer, of the fallen angels, is what we call witchcraft of today. Who did they give it to? The blacks. If you enter Africa, what you will see in Africa, it will shock you beyond your bone marrows. To those that are in the West, that are in America, Canada, just name it, any part of the world, so long as it's the West, that have heard beautiful things about Africa, that have beautiful imaginations about Africa, that even goes to Africa by themselves, trying to help Africa. You can never ever help Africa. Did Vladimir Putin not tell you what he saw when he came to Africa? When he went down to some regions in the southern hemisphere, fought for their independence, such as Mozambique, he knew what he saw. The Che Guevara from South America, did he not come down to Africa to see if he could be able to help them? But what did Che Guevara do? He left. And people asked him, why did you come back so early? Africa is not yet liberated. What did he say? He said, those people there, they cannot think above their stomach. But Che Guevara was wrong. It's not just about the stomach of the Africans, it's their mentality of stupidity, of wickedness, of selfishness, just anything antisocial. That is what the Africans love. Africans had been so stupid to the point that the slave era came up. They sold them as slaves. Okay, fast track. Let's go forward. The slave moment has ended. It has ended long time ago. As it ended, what happened? What happened when it ended? The Africans, they went back to madness. Even apartheid era also came up. It lasted in Africa for long. It ended like 30 years ago in the country called South Africa. Today, if you look at the South Africans, they are more stupid than they were before apartheid caught them. They are far more stupid than anything you can imagine. Far more stupid. The way they hate education, the way they hate common sense and positive reasoning, it will shock you to your bone marrows. Now, today, what we have trending in Africa, is religion. We are fighting Christianity. We don't need a white man's God. We don't need Jesus. Jesus should come and leave Africa and go. You people, you Africans, you stink. You Nigerians, you people, more especially the Igbos, because most of my broadcasts would be directed to the Igbos. It will be directed to the Igbos. Their pride is like that of a peacock. The Igbos have got a pride that can be compared to the pride of the peacock. But they are the most shameless things that I've ever seen that God created. Very flamboyant, very useless. At the same time. I've been trying to think, what is wrong with these people? The Igbos, the Nigerians, the Africans, what is wrong with them? Can they think right and do things that are right for once? You go to the Igbo land in Nigeria. Everywhere in Igbo land, everyone is out worshiping water. You see the Igbos, the Nigerians, the Igbos, you see them online. Social media space have come out. Content making has come out. What do these people do? If you watch them, if you follow them online, the highest vulgar is what they say online. They are women. They are men. The highest vulgar is what they say online. Igbos. Where the two genders, male and female, are vastly useless. They have nothing to offer humanity. And there is this trend going on in Africa. Every time you hear them say, oh, the Mandika tribe was a great tribe, a tribe of warrior. The Zulu tribe was a great tribe of warrior. The other one's tribe in Kenya, they were a great tribe. The Yoruba, the Afonjas, they were great tribes, and so on. The Kanem Boronu Empire, great tribes. With all your greatness, it was a simple white man that came, that never did blood sacrifice, that never worshipped water, that never did none of these things. He came and he conquered the entire Africa and split you. How can you tell me that in Nigeria, we have the Yoruba tribes in western part of Nigeria that speaks Yoruba, and their siblings, their brothers, are in the other two countries? What's their name? Benin Republic and Republic of Togo. They speak Yoruba there. Britain and France shared them. One is speaking English in Nigeria. The other one is speaking French in the next country. How will you tell me that the Igbos of Nigeria, they split them into 3 zones? The other one is in Cameroon, the ones they call Bakassi. The other ones are in Equatorial New Guinea. One speaks French. I think the Equatorial New Guinea, I don't know if it's French or Portuguese that they speak there. How can you tell me that the Mozambicans, they migrated from Igbo land up to the space of Mozambique? They are there. They speak Igbo. They speak Igbo. But they are Portuguese. Yet you people are so powerful. Africans, you people stink. I don't have any apology for you. The image on the screen that you see, this very nasty looking horrible thing, with a serpent. It's a female. It's a female. African women, Igbo women. You people are horrible. You all can see what it says. You can run away from African spirituality. All you are doing is running from yourself. Shame on African spirituality. Such a spirit, you think the West or the whites, they cannot wipe away African spirituality. They can do such. But they decided to leave you people with it so that you people will self-destruct with your own hands. That's why they left it. You are talking about spirituality from thy kingdom come till today. Africa has never ever improved. Is that not a shame? This spirituality has been there when they conquered the entire land of Africa and divided you all during the Berlin Conference. Divided you all. Your spirituality was still there. Your ancestors, your spirit, the one that caused you people, he was still there. They colonized you. He was still there. They put apartheid upon you people. He was still there up to this moment. How can you tell me that a medical doctor will quit his job and say the ancestors called him or her to come and serve in the shrine or by the waterside? How can you tell me? I saw one South African top celebrity. She quit her role, quit everything, and she went to the ancestor side that the ancestors called her. I started laughing. This is insanity of the lowest degree. Your ancestors and your spiritual technology, your spirituality and everything, if that thing cannot build a single bridge, then your religion, your spirituality, your ancestors, your forefathers, everything you Africans worship is used. A dog is far better than it. An animal is far better than your spirituality. You come online, you go to Facebook, you go to all those handles to make noise about your ancestor, your spiritual power. Ever since you had this spiritual power, none of you could build Facebook. None of you could build WhatsApp. None of you could build YouTube with your pastors that hears from God, that sees from God, that sees God, that takes tea or takes phone calls from God. You people cannot build any of these things. Can't you see that the world knows how useless you Africans are? The entire Africans. You think we are here to pay? This is ancient Idu. We don't, like we often say, we don't transliterate. We translate things the way our eyes see it. We say it the way we see it, thereby calling out the apostasy for what it actually is. Today we are talking about next generation fighter jets. The world is advancing, building super technology. Africa, every day you see Africans coming out to pour libation on the ground, to roll on the dust, to look at the sun and say they are talking to their God. Africans, you people, well, I don't blame you all. If Adolf Hitler had achieved his aim, by now the entire Africa would have been farmland. You people deserve to be flushed completely. Because it is evidently clear that you can never ever be redeemed. If by this age that we find ourselves in, this age of super technology, high frequency education is moving and Africans are there. You that is a doctor, you quit your medical position and say you are going into the bush. That ancestor called you, you put a white chalk on your face, you tie a red cloth or a white cloth around your body, you jump into the bush, ancestor called you. Your ancestor is a very foolish thing. Someone will talk about, children are smarter than ancestors. You see them rise up with the knife, with the guns. We are going to fight and kill for our ancestors. You Africans, you people have been killing anything that is a light, a star that will develop Africa. The moment you are a light or a star, exit Africa, go to the West. They need your talent there. Come out to the West and develop and contribute your little quota to the development of the human index. That's what you should do. Not, oh, I'm going to Africa. I'm going to Africa. I need to help Africa. I need to develop Africa. Huh? I was doing a research and I stumbled upon there is a new fighter jet that America is building or they have launched. They are still working on it. It will replace the B-2 Spirit bomber. There's a plane called the B-2 bomber. The whole world is afraid of it. China is rising very fast in technology, trying to leverage or meet up with America or overtake America perhaps. Yet, none of them has gotten the technology of the B-2 bomber. The Americans called it the B-2 Spirit bomber. Now, America has come up with another one called the N-Guard, N-G-A-D, N-Guard. They said is the next generation air dominance. N-Guard, next generation air dominance fighter jets. It supersedes or overpowers the B-2 Spirit bomber 10 times. These people are developing. But now the Africans will go there and buy weapons from their hand. They are not using these weapons to do anything. They use it to kill their own citizens. You will see the African man who go to school and have double master's degree, double PhD and everything. You think the man is sensible. When he gets home to his country, what does he do? He does nothing but corruption, steal, move all the resources, and he will want to remain president for life until he dies, just as Mugabe did. Madman. So an African made a post and they were praising Mugabe that he is the most educated president on earth. That Africa was the one that produced. And now ask them a simple question. Most, if not all of America's presidents, they all went through Yale University. Abraham Lincoln was a graduate. Virtually all American presidents, they are all graduates. So what are the Africans bragging that Robert Mugabe is the most educated president ever in the history of humanity? If Robert Mugabe is an example of an educated man, you look at him, look at his country, a dictator for life. Cyril Ramaphosa is very educated. Look at what he's doing in South Africa. The moment he got into office, instantly from that day, electricity went off in South Africa for roughly 4 years. No electricity. Every day electricity keeps going. Now the election time has come. They suspended it and put electricity everywhere. Can't you see that Africans, they love darkness? Africans are evil. But the former president that was there, Jacob Zuma, they said he's not educated. All the years he was there as president, there was never a single day that you will experience load shedding in the whole of South Africa. But the educated man jumped in. Instantly, electricity started going. Is that not a shame? How about Malawi? Their president, the one that got independence for them, Hastings Kamuzu Banda. Is he not an educated man? He was a trained medical doctor in England, in London. He came back home. He was in his own country, Malawi, and fought for their independence and got the independence for them. After that, he became the president. Hastings Kamuzu Banda was the president until he died for over 30 years, thereabout. He was educated. That is Africans for you. Give them an opportunity, they will take opportunities. Give them a chance, they will take chances. Give them an inch, they will take miles. They don't have empathy. They don't have humanity in them. They don't. An African man will wake up that has natural gift, natural talent, and he wants to develop it. Fellow African will rise up and terminate him. But if that African finds his way to the West and becomes successful, Africans will start praising him. Oh, he's our son, he's our son. How many lights have you switched off in Africa that would have taken Africa to become the greatest continent on earth? You come out with your spirituality every day. That is the most irritating thing that I've seen about them. Go to Nigeria now and South Africa, these two countries, everywhere, infrastructure, basic amenities, they shut it down, they destroyed everything. They say their ancestor called them. Your ancestor is useless. The Igbos, your ancestor is useless. Even in the grave, your ancestor will not see the light of the grave. And those of you that are alive, you will not see the light of the day. These people are useless. Look at something that someone posted, that the ancestor, this thing, it says is their God. Can you see this kind of a thing, even in daytime, without running? A woman that looks like this, that carries serpent, and you see her in the daytime, you will run for your dear life. And this is what they call God. Our God called us. Whatever God that the white man brought to Africa that they worship, to me, that one is God. If that God that you people are rejecting, this Jesus Christ, your Yeshua that Africa is rejecting, is the one responsible for the wonders that is in the West, that is the God I follow, and that is the God I love, because that God is light, and that God is clean. Cleanliness is next to godliness. I don't follow a God, and I will never ever follow a God that you pour libation, you pour drinks, you throw something on the ground for before you communicate with that God. That God is an animal. Anything you throw food for or to on the ground, that thing is an animal. That's the simple truth. So there's no way you people, if you like, listen to this message, get all fusy, beat your head around, bang your head on the floor. That's your business, but the message has gone out. The message has gone out. Nnamdi Kanu came out. He said he wanted to help his people. His people sold him. They took the money. Today, where are the people that sold him? Where are the people that called him all manners of names? Where are they? Where are they? They have all gone inside to rest. Now they are crying, God send us a savior. Do you think if I have a way to see a savior coming to you, I will allow that savior? No. You people need to suffer beyond suffering points. I thought you people have an ancestor. You people hear from your gods and everything. Yet you people are the way you are in Nigeria. In fact, globally, suffering. Your God should have done something for you. If you go online today, 99% or 90% of all native doctors that are online on Facebook, any social media handle, more especially Facebook, they are all from Ghana. All from Ghana. Today, there is no electricity in Ghana. They cannot even boast of 24 hours electricity in Ghana. The moment they get into ancestral worship, the next thing they strike is electricity. You can never ever see electricity again. Every place is dark because evil prospers in darkness. That's it. It's a simple analogy. There's no need to break your head about it. There's no need to think. There's no need. It's a shame on Africans. When humanity speaks, Africans should hide. Africans should hide. Look at South Africa. Going about killing fellow Africans. It's a shame on South Africans. For 30 years, they have given you people power to rule yourselves. every infrastructure in the land is moribund. Every infrastructure in the land that was working is dead. And your leaders, every year, they go to the Reed Festival to get married to a new wife. Every year, all your leaders, they do it. That is all they do. They have 10 wives, 20 wives, 30 wives, your leaders. They build house for each of them with several millions of dollars. And you people are there suffering, looking for your fellow Africans, killing them, that they are the cause of your problems. You people are shameless. You people are... See, let's be honest with this thing. From now till the world ends, Africa can never ever be free nor liberated until we take care of the next generation. Anything from 2 years below should be brought up in the right way. Else, Africa can never ever move forward. It's not a curse, it's a reality, it's the truth, it's the raw truth. The raw truth. You see people walking about, oh, my ancestor called me. My ancestor said I should come and serve them. You are a fool. America is building NGAD. America has B-2 bombers. China has, what is it called? I've forgotten. Is it like a trifecta or something? Triad. China has a triad of nuclear weapons. They can launch from land, they can launch from sea, they can launch from air. It's only few countries that have it. America was the first that had it. China is growing to that level. India is the same thing. These countries are following up. They are not following their ancestors. Africans, you go to America, you become a medical doctor, you have PhD, you jump back to Africa. Next thing, I see you in the shrine. You, with everything that you know, you can't even go to your local community to build a hospital there. Next thing you go there, you build a shrine, a native doctor shrine. You are an engineer, you come back home, you cannot even build a single bridge, and yet you speak to your ancestors. Your ancestors are wise. Even a dog is wiser than your ancestors, because the things you people do is appalling. It's very, very appalling. I come online every now and then. I see Nigerians. Things they say online, you don't want to believe that these people are normal human beings. You will never ever believe it. Nigeria is a place that they don't honor the dead. The moment you die, the entire country, the pastors, everyone will jump out to speak. I thought you people said your ancestors say, hey, let us kick away Jesus from Africa. Why is it that your ancestor has never ever opened his filthy mouth to say, kick away Islam from Africa? Useless things. Because you know that if you speak against Islam, the Islam will rise and fight instantly. The Muslims will rise and fight instantly. It is only the Christians, because those ones are useless things. Oh, we are burning Bible. We'll burn all the Bible. Kick it. I challenge any African ancestral worshipper that is burning Bible every day. I challenge you people. Come online and burn the Quran. Let us see. If that day will not be the end of your ancestor. Anybody that hears this message, cut this particular part now. Edit it anyhow you want and share it around. Make it go viral. Anybody that says they worship ancestors that are burning the Bible up and down, go and take the Quran and burn it online the way you people are doing to the Bible. Let us see if by force you people will not learn. Useless things. You turn around, you pick up the word of God and you burn it and you say your ancestor told you. You are useless. Abraham Lincoln was an avowed Christian. Franklin Benjamin, the same thing. Sir Winston Churchill, the same thing. They established the foundation of their countries with the scripture. That is why they are great. Do you think it was an easy thing for Britain to colonize roughly 100 countries? They call themselves Great Britain. Till today, they are still great.
They still control the world. And they do that in the name of Jesus Christ. Yehoyeshua, Chukwacha Benigwe. They do that in his name. Your ancestors cannot even give you electricity. Your ancestors cannot even give you pipe-borne water, clean drinking water. Your ancestors cannot even give you medical facilities. Your ancestors cannot even give you gyro for the jobless people, stipends. And you worship your ancestor. Your ancestor cannot even give good maternity homes for women that are pregnant to give birth, safe delivery of babies. Yet you jump out, you worship your ancestor. Look at the piece of shit you call ancestor. This one from water. From water. Africa, your problem is witchcraft. Witchcraft. Because you all are naturally wicked. There is no evil spirit that is as virulous like the Africans. The Africans are evil spirit, naturally on their own. When you want to look for an evil spirit, turn around. When you see an African, you have seen one. You have seen one. They are the only set of things that hates the truth. They are the only set of things that kills their own. You have South African Zulus. You have Malawian Zulus. You have Zimbabwe Zulus. They are all Zulus. But the South African Zulu will kill the Malawian Zulu and say they are foreigners. Your own brother, you are killing your own brother. Tagging him a foreigner. Then who is not a foreigner to you? They say the colors are not foreigners. The whites are not foreigners. We love them. You go to Nigeria, you see the Igbos killing themselves. Not even in Nigeria, worldwide. The Nigerians killing themselves. Why? You ask them why. Then someone will come out and say, we are Pan-Africans. What is Pan in the Africans? Useless people. Have you ever heard anything about like Pan-Europeans or Pan-Americans? It's only Pan-Africans. Pan. Which literally stands for emptiness. We are united. With all the blessings in the land of Africa, you cannot even produce your own food. Is it not a shame? Evil kingdom. Evil kingdom everywhere. And you want someone that will respect you. You need to work on yourselves if you want to be respected. That is all I have to tell you for this time. We are coming back again. This is Ancient Edu. We are coming back with part 5. And we'll keep hitting it this way. With no apology to anyone until the change is established. This message is not going for this generation because nowadays they have better ways of storing information. And I believe this one will be stored in the database for the generations to come so that they can think about it. So they will look for more of our messages, put them all together and use it to deliver themselves. Bob Marley said, emancipate yourselves from mental slavery. None can free us. We are the ones that can free ourselves. Imam of Peace have preached it. But none of you wants to adhere to it. Because you all have this belief that tomorrow you will be the next evil that will happen to your own community. Despite what William Wilberforce did to stop the slave trade, Africans still today, to this moment, they still sell themselves as slaves. More especially in Nigeria, in Igbo land. They sell organs. They kill others, take their organs and sell for money. For money. It's a shame.
And you want me to say, oh, I'm a proud African. We are going to build that. Listen, on the final note, the human race is the greatest. There's nothing like white supremacy, black supremacy. No, black complainants, white supremacy. There's nothing like that. What matters is the human race. The Chinese have proven it. The Arabs have proven it. The Indians have proven it. Only Africans. Oh, they put us in apartheid for donkey years. Oh, they sold us as slaves for 2,000 years ago. Oh, you can't change. Always complaining. Now they have given you human rights. The only thing your human right can do for you is to steal the resources of your country, is to marry multiple wives, is to establish corruption in your countries, in your respective countries. Uganda parliament will sit down to have a meeting, a session. The only thing the Ugandan parliament will discuss is condom for more than 3 hours. A parliament, a country's parliament sat down for over 3 hours discussing about condom, the type of condom they need to use. Then you look down to Zimbabwe. A country's parliament sat down only to discuss about how they need to have sex with their wives, their girlfriends, and so on. And the female parliamentarians also got involved in discussing such how to have sex with other men. They are kept men. Africa. And you want me to say, oh, there is hope for Africa. Honestly speaking, there is no hope. No hope in Africa or for Africans in their continent. Any African that wants to excel should realize that he or she should not see themselves as Africans. They should see themselves as global citizens, because the world, technology has made it a global village. And if you cannot meet up, you get out. If you can't stand the heat, you get out of the kitchen. So Africans should either meet up or they get out. No one is going to wait for them. Oh, let's give the Africans a time. They come around. Oh, let's give them a time. They will develop. No. We don't do that. We don't do that nonsense. We'll put square pegs in square holes. That's the way it should be. Africans, no, if you like, wallow in self-pity. That's your business. It's nobody's business. It's nobody's business. The killing of Africans by Africans must stop. Africa, okay, let's look at Senzo Muyiwa or Lucky Dube. Who killed, or even AKA, who killed these people? Who killed them? It's their own. It's not that they committed any crime that is worthy of being killed. No, they didn't. Yet the government is there. They've never ever, till this moment that we speak, arrested those people. They've never ever executed them. They've never ever done anything like that. If they get them and put them in jail, within a few days, weeks, or years, they bring them out again, and that's the end. But great lights are being executed every day in Africa. And you want Africa to develop. You want Africa to develop. The ones that should be helping to develop Africa are busy getting married. Marrying anything on skirt that they see. Your pastors are busy raping anything on skirt that they see. Your ancestral worshippers are busy raping anything on skirt that they see. It's vice versa. The men rape, the women rape. They make babies. You go to Africa, you see them. From Nigeria down to South Africa, every now and then you see them dancing. What are you people dancing for? Fools, what are you dancing for? No, tell me. You love music, you love life, you dance, but the world is advancing. America just developed the latest state-of-the-art fighter jets. No country in the world has it. They call it the N-Guard. Next generation air dominance
fighter jet. They will come into your airspace and they will dominate you. But I looked at it, I looked at Africa at the same time, I juxtaposed it, both of them. Look at Africa, running after ancestors. America is doing air dominance. Air dominance. Britain has their own, Typhoon. France has their own, they call it Mirage. They are dominating the skies, they are developing. Africa is developing in wickedness. Africa is developing in producing witchcraft everywhere. Your ancestor gave you power, but your ancestor cannot build a plane. Plane is too much. I just said bridge, ordinary bridge. Ordinary road. Your ancestor cannot do it. And yet your ancestor walks about every day with cattle and goats. Your ancestor works in the farm, not even mechanized farming. They work with hoe and machete in the farm. And your ancestors are powerful. Shame on you all. Shame. We stop here for tonight. We'll meet you all and see you all in the next one. Thank you all. Bye.